As the public debate on climate change continues, the impact of everyday activities like deforestation is having a negative impact on Nigeria's ecosystem with devastating consequences. In this report, Abdurrahman Umar underscores the cost of deforestation on the Nigerian economy with stakeholders.
For people like Abubakar Musa, this is just a job that helps put food on the table. This has been his trade for years. When we chop down these trees, it's because we are going to sell it. We sell it so that we can make money from it. We also take them to our wives to use them for cooking, among other usage. Abubakar Musa is oblivious of how his actions can negatively impact the ecosystem. People in this line of business do not understand the concept of climate change. Professor Aliyu Barau, Bayero University Kano, alongside his counterparts from the US and UK, have come together to brainstorm on ways to improve access to clean and modern energy for domestic use in an effort to reduce local overdependence on charcoal or firewood.
In the case of Jigawa State, with its predominantly arid landscape, loses 300 trees a day to bakeries alone. What of households in the state?
Professor Lindsay Stringer from UK says policymakers in Nigeria at national and subnational levels must synergize and harmonize policies to tackle the phenomenon of tree-felling.
Nigerian energy security activities must prioritize strategies and develop relevant supports and incentives to transform clean energy access. They need to harness that willingness that people said in the questionnaires and the interviews that they will change. And at the same time, this is going to have a big impact on tackling some of the health and the environmental challenges.
Most Nigerian communities depend heavily on places like these for domestic energy source on a daily basis, as kerosene and gas have become too expensive for low-income households. There are a lot of negative consequences associated with using wood as fuel to cook, especially on our health, like pile among others. That woman you see, in a day I will buy her a can of milk and a bottle of malt before she can be able to walk. Yes, I have some gas equipment for cooking, but because the price of gas has increased, I had no option and to revert to using fuel wood. For Yusuf Abdullahi, the devastating effect of deforestation in the country, if not addressed, could have a devastating effect on the socio-economic well-being of the country.
Nationwide, it is an environmental menace that both federal, state, and local government are not taking seriously. But then when the repercussions will come, just like floods, and droughts are beginning to rear their heads in the country, we'll not be able to control them.
Who don't know the effect of cutting down trees. If you look at the rural areas, they cut down trees. Go to some villages now, there is no more tree. You can't find a resting place. Meanwhile, cutting down these trees are used to preserve people's life.
As Nigerians' living condition crisis worsens, more people are becoming increasingly dependent on fuel wood for cooking, despite its obvious impact on land degradation, biodiversity loss, and the dangers it poses to human health. It remains to be seen if a win-win solution can emerge from the government's policy direction